So, for some couple of days, we've been hearing a lot on justice for Mohbad. In fact, Mohbad's father has been called out. There are a myriad of information that dropped on our desk, and we've been kind of processing it, kind of like what is happening. Are these people playing? Are they joking? Are they taking advantage of our goodwill? Are they taking advantage of the empathy that we showed to someone that we barely know? In fact, not barely, we don't know him. We don't know who Mohbad was. We don't know him. Most people have never heard the song, and those that did, they did not even connect it to him. But such is life. But does that strip any human being from getting justice? No, no, no. And that is the reason why we have stayed resolute, telling the world, telling whoever, the culprits, prime suspect, full suspect, half suspect, quarter suspect, major suspect, minor suspect, whoever it is, we are telling them that we are not backing down until justice is gotten. But we will not be led into the slaughter slab. We will not be milked unnecessarily. We will not allow ourselves to be used by any family member of the deceased. We will not. That is our stand. Ladies and gentlemen, there is fire on the mountain. And right now, I don't know what's going to happen to Mohbad's father. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know if he's going to release another song on the run. I don't know. And the Cynthia and our family and their cartel of wickedness, they are also facing the heat now. Like everywhere don't scatter. Everywhere don't scatter. Like you need to see how justice for Mohbad has become. Justice for Mohbad has now become we care less, and we've been saying it on this platform. Majority have said we are not for anybody here than the disease. Mohbad is the victim here, nobody else. Whoever it is that is seeking for justice, but along the way, they now turned into the betrayer, Judas, or whoever it is that is a wolf, but they hid under sheep's clothing. We are saying enough is enough. You'll be shocked at what you're about to see at here, because a lot tumbled out. And what came out got a lot of people wondering, did we see all of this and we pretended, or we were not aware of it and they took advantage of it? For example, certain people hid themselves. They did not associate themselves to this demise of Mohbad. They hid themselves. Majority. Imagine 14 people living with someone in his house, and you can barely point to one or two at the beginning. And when it became like 6 months, you can barely point to 3 people, 4 people. They hid themselves. The family member of Mohbad, if not for Adura and mother that were kind of running the show, you will barely know who is who. Not until we saw a video and we saw Mohbad's sister. Mohbad's father said because she is married, that's the reason why she cannot be forward. She cannot present herself, avail herself to get justice for Mohbad, his brother, who had tattooed names of family members on his body to show how dear they are to his heart. Father said, she's married, she's under a man. So that's when I knew that there is something wrong with this family. They come up with, as a Yoruba man, they come up with, she's a married man. I've never heard it in my life before, that marriage stops a family member from availing themselves, fighting for, being there for their brother or sister. I've never heard it. I only heard it from the Alobas family. I don't know, maybe you connect to it. Maybe you also agree to it. Maybe it's part of your culture. Please drop it in the comment section. Whilst we go into this fire for fire, it is deep. Like and share. Let's get right into it.
No. Nǹkan tó lọ sí police station sí ni pé ó lọ sí police station láti lọ gba statement of account pé kán lè ráyè lọ sí. Ó lọ sí police station pé ó lọ gba statement of account so that nígbà tó bá ń gbé lọ tó fẹ́ lọ sí, nobody that will stop them.
Statement of account báwo.
òun ò mọ̀ pé ó máa
Get
di
reports, Professor.
lẹ́yìn ó
Get
fẹ́ lọ gba
reports.
report jàre
Get
report
reports.
sorry ó fẹ́ lọ gba report
Trust protection. Sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ o.
ẹ má bínú ẹ má bínú
Nítorí account statement báwo? God's protection. Ọmọ
ó
àti
fẹ́ lọ
ìbá.
gba
Ṣé o rà
report ó
búrò
fẹ́ lọ
ẹ̀?
gba report ẹ má bínú English ti ṣòfò dànù lọ́wọ́ ìrọ̀lẹ́ ó fẹ́ lọ gba report ó fẹ́ lọ gba report so that nígbà tán bá fẹ́ lọ sin Mohbad nobody that will stop him. Ẹ má gbàgbé o tí baálé àdúgbò bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ológogoro ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá wà nínú ọ̀mùtí lọ̀mùtí máa ń sọ síta o ọba ìbálẹ̀ ọ̀mùtí sọ fún wa ó ní bàbá Mohbad ti ń pe òun láti rọ̀lẹ́ láti alẹ́ pọ̀ ń fẹ́ wá sí Mohbad ní alẹ́ yẹn definitely they have already planned everything wọ́n ti plan ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ṣe báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ṣe báyìí kì í ṣe pé wọ́n lọ gba rìpọ́ọ̀tì lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá láti pé ikú tó pa Mohbad o rìpọ́ọ̀tì tán lọ gbà lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá ni pé kẹ́nìbọ̀dì má béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ díùtì pé ìná wọn wọ̀ nígbà tí Wùmí wá lu ọmọ ọgbọ́n fún wọn ni bàbá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun ò ní kankan òun ò ṣe gbá kankan ok ní alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nígbà tí Mohbad kọ́kọ́ kú kí nìkan tí bàbá sọ ó ní kò fún un ní 500,000 rí o ó ní to the extent pé 500,000 kankan ò gba orí àkáǹtì ọ̀hún kọjá pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló máa ń sọ fún pé kó wá ra nǹkan fóun ṣé èèyàn ti gbàgbé ni pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló ń sọ fún pé kán wá ra nǹkan fóun ó yẹ wá sọ fún mi gbogbo àwọn gullible human being tó ń tẹ̀lé jòsí pé òun ló lọ mọ́ ẹ̀ tó ń sọ fún wa tó ń fi sympathies tó ń fẹ́ fi pa wá lórí ìkànnì ká bá wa béèrè lọ́wọ́ jòsí pé kí ni reason why tí Wùmí ṣe ní boldness láti sọ fún pé o ò lè pa ọmọ òun bó o ṣe pa ọmọ tìẹ kí ló wà láàárín àwọn méjèèjì kí ni nǹkan tó wà láàárín bàbá àti Wùmí ẹ lè má sọ̀rọ̀ o èmi mọ̀ pé tán bá fa gbùrú bàbá tán bá fa gbùrú kí lórúkọ ọmọ yìí Zomo ọ̀rọ̀ máa jáde àṣẹ àtẹ̀lé
sọ díẹ̀ níbẹ̀ kó
tán bá fa gbùrú Zomo
sọ díẹ̀.
èmi ò ní dákẹ́ torí bàbá ti gbórun lójú mi èmi ò dá ẹ bá mi sọ fún jòsí pé mi ò sọ díẹ̀ ibùdó gan tán sí Mohbad tán sì ń ṣe èmi sì máa jáde sí ọmọ pé jòsí ló dẹ̀ pọ̀ ọmọ yẹn o mi ní gbàgbé ọjọ́ tí jòsí àti àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ wọ́n pa Mohbad.
God's protection aṣọ díẹ̀ tì mo ní aṣọ díẹ̀ tì.
ṣé nígbà tó mọ̀mí crunchy ṣé nígbà tó ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ public.
aṣọ díẹ̀ ká gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ aṣọ díẹ̀ tì.
àbá onípátákó pa.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn mo ń sọ fún yín pé jòsí bí jòsí ṣe wà yẹn ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́
ó tún bú wa lórí owó wa
bí jòsí ṣe wà yẹn ṣẹ́rí bí jòsí ṣe wà yẹn bí Joseph ṣe wà yẹn Joseph Alọ́ba wàláì má yẹn ò gbọ́ ìpè Ọlọ́run I swear to my living God
blessing ló pé ìpè kápẹ́ntà ló gbọ́ náà ìpè kápẹ́ntà ló gbọ́ àwọn náà dẹ̀ mọ́
blessing gan ló pé dádì mi ẹni kọ́sítọ́mù ń ta tí bàbá rábàbà ṣe mọ̀ pé nínú orin tí jòsí kọ jòsí sọ pé santana kíni kan ó ti pẹ́ tí jòsí ti ń jẹ fùfú ó ti dá santana mọ̀ nínú àlèkíámọ̀ ẹ má dájú sí lóhùn àwa ò ní sí Mohbad.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ God protection dúró ẹ jọ̀ọ́ how can it be pé bàbá kápẹ́ńtà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ fi pósí kékeré pósí ọmọdé fi sí ọmọ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ibo ló ti ṣe
látọ̀dí wọ̀ dáadáa fún ẹ̀wọ̀ ìyá mi ẹ bá wa dáhùn ẹ̀.
bàbá ní kápẹ́ńtà wọ́n dẹ̀ fi pósí kékeré fi sí ọmọ.
kápẹ́ńtà ni Joseph Alọ́ba o.
ẹ gbà wá o.
àní ogun ìdílé pẹ̀lú kan tó pa Mohbad sẹ́ẹ̀ látọ̀dí wọn conspiracy yẹn ti pọ̀ jù conspiracy yẹn ti pọ̀ jù sísítà mi. a lè sọ díẹ̀ ká gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ òjò sí ó gba owó public o a máa sọ lọ ni.
ó máa ganu tán ni.
ò bá tún ṣe part 2 kó tún bú wa a máa sọ lọ ni a sọ díẹ̀ tì.
ẹ káàsán gbogbo dé.
a ti wọ studio nítorí tèmi bí mi
ẹ káàsán
orin tó máa kọ fún mi bí.
Jésù ṣe ṣoṣo sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Òní sọ̀rọ̀ tán lórúkọ Jésù.
mọ́mì
Ọ̀nà ṣe ti
yes ma mi màkà tèmi náà fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
má bínú. Ṣàlàfíà ni gbogbo ilé. Everybody wà okay. Well, God protection. Country proof. Ẹ ṣe. God bless you. Ẹ ti sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ míì kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Ẹ sì bá mi gbé jáde. Mo fẹ́ bá yín fi kún ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ bá mi béèrè lọ́wọ́ bàbá àtàwọn fámìlì wọn. Ta ló kọ́ Mohbad lọ́rùn? Ta ló kọ́ lọ́rùn? A fẹ́ mọ̀. Ta ló ṣe lẹ́sẹ̀? A fẹ́ mọ̀. Because ṣé nínú ọwọ́ tó fi gbá gíláàsì lọ́rùn ẹ̀ ti kán? Torí kò yé mi. Ṣé nínú ibi tí ọ̀sán kò fọwọ́ gbá gíláàsì wíńdò lẹ́sẹ̀ ti kán? Nínú pósí? Káàtì ẹ̀ sọ pé òkè ìgbà tí kíní yẹn kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ká sọ pé bóyá wọ́n threaten wọn. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe lè sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ bí kankan káàtì ẹ̀ bá wọn gbà pé òkè bóyá wọ́n threaten wọn tó tán ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn. Okay, eventually ẹ find out pé ìgbà tí picture jáde ẹ rí i pé ọrùn ọmọ yín kán sórí pósí. Ìgbà tí Mohbad wà láyé gbogbo fídíò ẹ̀ la rí ọrùn ẹ̀ ò ṣẹ́sẹ̀gbẹ̀ kì í ṣe pé bóyá ó wà disabled. So kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọrùn ẹ̀? Ìbéèrè ni kọ́ bọ́ síta ní ẹbí yẹn. Kí ló dé tí Blessing tójú kọ̀ọ̀kan sínú wọn lójú kọ̀ọ̀kan ní ẹbí dípò kọ̀ọ̀kan lójú sí dẹ́ntẹ́ mi náà kọ̀ọ̀kan máa fún lára wọn. Kí ló dé tí ẹ̀gbọ́n ju nǹkan sí inú pósí àbúrò? Kí ló dé tí ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣì wà ń bẹ̀ ìgbà tó fẹ́ sin àbúrò ẹ̀? Èmi náà sin àbúrò mi ìgbà tó fẹ́ sin àkúrò ń bẹ àdìsàpíẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí bàbá ọmọ ṣe mọ̀bí tó ń sin ọmọ sí? Bàbá àti ìyá mi ò mọ̀bí tó ń sin àbúrò mi sí up to today. Kí ló dé tó yẹ pé ẹbí gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ ìwọ ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ló ti ń rí? Kí ló dé tó yẹ pé ìgbà tí òun mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun ò nígbà kan pa ọmọ wọn ṣe pa ọmọ títí wọn ó ní ìdí tọmọ yẹn ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Bàbá ẹbọ òde gbogbo fámìlì wọn kọ́ bọ́ síta. And kí ló dé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ní public ṣe fámìlì yìí tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ ká fìyà tí ìyà jẹ wá tó jẹ́ ká máa káàdì sùn tí gbogbo bùkátà gbogbo owó ta ní àkọsílẹ̀ fún ẹbí láti fi bá wọn wá justice. Kí ló dé tó yẹ pé àwa lọ́wọ́ gbà? Kí ló dé tó yẹ pé àwa lọ́wọ́ hot sí? Kí ló dé tó ṣe gbé fake autopsy fake gbogbo nǹkan lé ayé lọ gbé wá fún wa? Gbogbo àwọn tó ń rán síta tó ń ṣépè fáwọn èèyàn káàkiri kí ni nǹkan tó jọ ṣe láàrin ara wọn? 70 million wọgbó for Jesus Christ, 70 million ó wọ igbó. A rí àwọn tó yẹ pé eyín wọn ó họ́ gbà tó kọ́ dé eyín ọtí tí eyín wọn ṣe wò. Àwọn tó yẹ pé ọmọ wọn há sí ìlú wọn ọmọ wọn ti wà nílùú sí. Àwọn tó yẹ pé the background nínú ilé wọn ò ṣe rí ọ ti furnish nínú ilé nínú 70 million wà lọ sí jí owó yìí. Kí ló dé? Kí la ṣe fún gbogbo ẹbí alọ́ba tó jẹ́ pé àwa lọ́wọ́ di fraud? Ṣé àwa la pa yín lọ́mọ ni? Ṣé àwa nínú ilé nígbà tí nǹkan tó jẹ́ tó wá pa Mohbad ṣe àwa ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ni? Ṣé àwọn ẹbí wa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni? Kí ló dé? Kí la ṣe fún ẹbí òṣì ẹbí rádaràda ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá láti Èkìtì ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá gbá gbogbo the whole nation ẹ gbá wa ẹ ti wá ní ká mẹ́nu dákẹ́. Ogun yàn lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ ní mẹ́nu dákẹ́ a máa fa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni. Bàbá ẹ bóde àyìn àtàwọn ẹbí yín gbọ̀n àwọn association yín ẹ bọ́ síta.
Ìyá Mohbad ti ní kọ́kọ́ everybody.
Kọ́kọ́ gbogbo wọn pátá.
Ẹ bá wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé mo lọ ti rí Múyìwá Rasaki.
Rasaki ìyẹn ó lè ilé ayé yìí 419 tani paymaster Múyìwá tani paymaster gòrẹ́zì àbí kí ló ń pè gòrẹ́gòrẹ́ tani paymaster gbogbo yín ẹ bọ́ síta. Ẹ bóde afẹ́mẹ́tò ẹ̀ńtẹ̀lẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún àmọ̀ yín o àwọn eléyìn àwọn náà wà nínú association yẹn ẹ bọ́ síta. Kan fún elépè ta ló ń fún ẹ lówó torí wọn náà máa ń rán síta ó fẹ́ wá ṣọ́ọ̀tì wa.
Ẹ má gbàgbé ìyá aládùúrà tó gbẹ o ìyá gbóǹkan o ẹ má gbàgbé ìyá gbóǹkan o.
Ìyá gbóǹkan gbogbo yín tó rán síta ẹ wá ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún yín kò lè wọ́ọ̀kì ẹ̀ délé wá sínú ilé. A fẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan kí lẹ̀ ṣe tábẹ́ fi jóná. Kí ló wà láàrin yín bàbá Mohbad? Kí ló wà láàrin ẹ̀ tí wù mí? Kí ló wà láàrin yín? Nǹkan kan wà láàrin yín. Ẹ bọ́ síta wo Wunmi jọ nítorí ọ̀nà ọmọ ọlọ́mọ bọ́ta èyí tí wọn bá mọ̀ nípa bàbá ọkọ ẹ tú síta. Àsìkò ti tó ẹ lè wáyà wá wèrè sí sórí social media. Àní dákẹ́ torí wà tẹ́ fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa ẹ ní ká sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ ká mẹ́nu kúrò ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa ni tí kò ń ṣe kò ń lọ káàkiri tó ń ṣe polówó fún yín tí mo mọ́ mi láì tàn gbogbo wọn tó ń ṣe advertisement fún yín ẹ ní kọ́ mẹ́nu dákẹ́ ńgbà yẹn o ìgbà tó 70 million tí wàá wà pé tán ẹ wá ní kọ́ mẹ́rin dákẹ́ kò jọ.
èyí tó ṣẹ́wọ̀n èyí tó wá fọ́nì jù gbogbo àwọn tó múlẹ̀ lórí kéèsì Mohbad àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ náà mẹ́ta tó múlẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
ṣùgbọ́n wá surprise mi wá surprise
ọmọ fábíyì kò yà wá lẹ́nu wọ́n ti fàpẹrẹ hàn brọ́dà mi kò yà wá lẹ́nu sa.
ẹ wo mọ́mí cross queen ṣe.
sáré fẹ́ bèrè question kan.
nísìnyí sáré jọjọ má jẹ́ kí n thought mi please don't let the thought get off my head please. Please sorry please. Lady cross queen ẹ mọ̀ pé ṣe rí kinní kan ẹ̀yin people yẹn ti ń fi style sọ fún wa ń gbà yẹn it's just that I wish there was a better communication and better agreement among all of us. Because Lady Country Queen, Andy, these people, they were saying, even Paparano, they were saying it, but it was not clearly to us. So we thought they were against justice. Sherry, our family, go, long obstructed justice, but she whining. Our go, obstructor of the justice. There is no, yes, government ladies, but Baba Mohbad at our family, our go. But she whining, selective justice, no way. In Coco Parwan, àti Wunmi pọ̀ agreement wọn work out wọ́n ṣe bọ́ síta àwa dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ la máa put gbogbo ẹ̀ síta ní dákẹ́ bàbá Mohbad gẹ̀ tó lọ ṣe part 2 orin yín o àwa ò dákẹ́ o a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́ní o bàbá Mohbad o àwa ò dákẹ́ o ṣe ti gbọ́ so get ready because bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn àgádágodo lọ́mọ wa fi wá gbé yín because ẹ̀ lè gbá wa ká ní ká shut up so ogun níbi ẹ̀ tí náà ń ṣe kẹtù padà lọ síbẹ̀ ó máa dalẹ̀ gbogbo yín lórí ni mo bá dẹ̀kẹ̀ yín máa fi pàṣọ máa fi nà gbogbo yín lọ́yọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ ṣe.
Mr. Yomi question kan tí mo fẹ́ béèrè ní ìgbà tí Ṣadé sọ̀rọ̀ ńgbà yẹn ó lóun rẹ́jẹ̀ bàbá Mohbad rẹ́jẹ̀ talent tó fọ aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìyá Mohbad ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bàbá Mohbad ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀
Jojo
ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad wà lọ́wọ́ yín because tí bàbá bá rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ò sọ kọ́kọ́ mọ́ ń pa ẹ̀ ìyá Mohbad fọ bẹ́ṣíìtì Àdúrà sọ pé bẹ́ṣíìtì yẹn lòun fi sùn.
Àkíkà ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ o ṣe ti rí báyìí.
Àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn bẹ́ṣíìtì yẹn Àdúrà lòun fi sùn ìyá lòun fọ̀ Ṣadé dẹ̀ rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ payanu pọ̀ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe rí Mohbad ṣi ẹbí yà ó ṣi ilé yà ó ṣi ẹbí yàn. Bóyá dẹ̀ ti wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n láyé tó kọ́kọ́ wá tẹ́lẹ̀ tó wá padà wá tó wá ṣèbínú ẹ̀ tó wá firú ìyà tó yẹn tí wọ́n fi jẹ́. I want to believe first life Mohbad ó ní issue pẹ̀lú bàbá ẹ̀ ó ní issue pẹ̀lú ìyá ẹ̀ bóyá wọ́n ìyá yẹn wọ́n wá fi jẹ́ láyé ilé tó wáyé because those people are wicked people. Ìyá ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ kan nígbà tó lọ sí conference Mr. Yomi.
Ìdí tó ṣe ń jà nìyẹn.
Ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan Mr. Yomi ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan ó ní ṣèbó ti kọ́ ni bú òun ẹ lọ wo containers ẹ̀ nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn ṣèbó fòun pa owó ẹ lọ wo containers ẹ̀ nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn.
Yes now.
Ẹ wá ń sọ fún mi pé Mohbad ò ṣẹ̀yà ẹ̀ ó ti ṣẹ̀ láyé tó wá tẹ́lẹ̀ bóyá ayé ilé lọ́ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá settle scores yẹn.
Ayé ilé náà ló ṣẹ̀ ẹ́ kò kọ̀ dáríjì ni.
Kò kọ̀ dáríjì ni. Bèbí fìbékò ó lè ti ṣẹ̀ láyé mi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Mohbad wà lọ́wọ́ wọn tó o bá ti sòótọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad tó o dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ṣe ọmọ ẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. But do you know what they did? They took advantage of the public and they were lying, giving different stories, giving different narrations. Mo máa ń sọ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ pé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ mọ̀.
Joseph Aloba ò jẹ́ lọ o wàláì ò jẹ́ lọ ẹ̀sùn á ké lórí ẹ̀ ò jẹ́ lọ fún irọ́ tó pa fún public wàá jìyà ẹ̀ Joseph Aloba.
Let's go back. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to the beginning. Gbogbo nǹkan tó wọn people yìí sọ ta ló ń change ẹ̀ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́? Why are they now changing their words? Kí ló dé tó wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní change? And another autopsy tó ń ṣe ṣe béèrè pé kí ló dé tí wọ́n ṣe examine ní body gangan kọ́ orí yẹn bóyá ó ní crack ni bóyá bone yẹn bóyá ó kán bì kan ni ṣé wọ́n ṣe ń pa ẹ̀ ṣọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ wọ́n ever sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀. That could be done in Nigeria here. Ní láti gbé lọ síbi kankan.
Because of
wọ́n examine the body yẹn. A machine could be used wọ́n máa fi examine body yẹn. Machine yẹn wà ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní níbí báyìí. Our Federal Medical Center are well equipped. Kò ń ṣe pé bóyá ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ tẹnu o a kò máa rubbish Nàìjíríà ni o but our hospitals tó bá ti jẹ́ ti government they are top notch equipped but wọn equipment mi wọn nílùú bí a torí pé wọn ò mọ owó ẹ ni kí ló dé tí wọn ṣe examine ní body yẹn kàn wo gbogbo ẹ doctor sọ ní court wọn ní pé àwọn test lè fẹ́ fi mọ̀ bí ó ní crack test tissue body tó ti rotten lè fẹ́ fi mọ̀ bí ó ní crack àbó fi ṣe kíníkan àbí the spine why tí ẹ ṣe examine ní body yẹn thorough examination of that body. The only thing they went there to do was just to cut part of his body. The only thing they did. They went there to cut part of the body, the liver, the kiniko. Why was the full body not thoroughly examined? Now. Why didn't they do it? And according to
X-ray lásán.
Did they do it? They did not. They did not. Nígbà tí lórúkọ ẹ̀ pathologist tó gbé adult dé mo pé àwọn gbé wá gógó ọmọ. Wọ́n ti gbé wá gógó mi ìrírú ẹ̀rí Mr. Yomi mi ìrírí láyé mi ní pé wọ́n fẹ́ ka result handout lọ gbé wá ó mú méjì wá. Àní mò ń wo báàgì man ẹ̀yìn man yẹn ni mo wà. I was sitting there ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ni mo wà. Mommy Wojo, you can bear witness now. Mo ń yọjú wo inú báàgì.
Sam Jojo, ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú, ẹjọ́ bó ní pathologist yẹn ló ti wá. Tẹ́bá rántí pé introduce ara ibo ló dárúkọ.
Ó ní UCH, ó ní UCH, bọ̀ kò ṣe Nàìjíríà, kò ń ṣèlú òyìnbó. Ó ti kàwé ìlú òyìnbó, bọ̀ kò ń ṣèlú òyìnbó ló ti wá o. Kò ń ṣe ìlú òyìnbó at a point ìgbà tó rí pé kinní yẹn ti ń yíwọ́ ló sọ pé wọ́n send sample kan sí Europe níbo ní Europe ló send ẹ̀ sí kò ṣeé sọ níbo ní Europe and ẹ jẹ́ kí n sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan fún yín pathologist ọ̀ níwádìí next inquest kò sí cross examine kankan ìwé òun náà kan ẹ gbàgbé ẹ
Lady
end of
Ebony
story
ṣe rántí Sammy Jojo má bínú Lady Ebony ṣe rántí pé Bukky Jesse sọ wípé 30 million autopsy Sammy Jojo is this autopsy
Yes,
does it worth 30 million.
ṣe rí autopsy tó ṣe yẹn normal tó bá fẹ́ ṣe autopsy yẹn tó ṣe yẹn kò tó 2 million nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn body part ọlọ́wọ́n cut tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn kò lè tó lọ́ṣọ́ autopsy Nàìjíríà ni.
Bukky Jesse the autopsy for 30 million ṣé ìyẹn ṣì ń bọ̀ ni àbí kò tí ì dé.
ẹ wo ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ tòótọ́ ṣe autopsy kan.
Lady Ebony.
wọ́n gba wa ní 30 million bóyá ẹ wá ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún yín 30 million yẹn.
mi copy and paste lọ ṣe.
ẹ máa gbọ́ 30 million yẹn ṣe sí yẹn òun ni eléyìí tó fi ṣe yín inú ibẹ̀ lọ ti ṣe yín jáde ní 30 million tó
ẹ̀yin ni autopsy tó
bóyá ti Bukky Jesse nìyẹn.
Bukky Jesse.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí boss
Coffee ò wá bí so
Ani.
bọ́dá mi ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn má bínú.
When I was
Bukky Jesse.
when we took up a case.
Wọ́n ti fowó yín ọ̀dà aṣọ gáùn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ látẹ̀kọ́.
Mr. Yomide ẹ máa kọ́ káwọn ẹ̀ mọ́
ẹlẹ́nu. ẹ ti yàtọ̀ sí táwọn náà fún wọn lórí.
ẹ máa kọ́ káwọn ẹlẹ́nu.
Wọ́n ti fowó yín ọ̀dà gáùn lára látẹ̀kọ́.
Ẹ wá ẹ ti ẹ̀gbọ́n Sammy Jojo má bínú. Mo fẹ́ bí yín Sammy Jojo mo fẹ́ bí ẹ́ nìkan. Sammy Jojo mo fẹ́ bí yín question Sammy Jojo ẹjọ́ ẹ ní sùn. Ibo ló wà gan-an àbúrò wọn àwọn àìsí eléyìn wọn tí ìjáde láti ṣàlàyé autopsy 30 million wa. Ibo
ilé
náà
fẹ́ kọ́ wá sí tó bá sẹ́yìn
eléyìí ò máa tí ì jáde Bukky Jesse 30 million autopsy ṣé ìyẹn ṣì ń bọ̀ lọ́nà ni àbí báwo torí kò yé wa o.
wọ́n náà update lẹ́yìn pé òun máa jáde.
ìyá gbọ́ngàn Mama Rich Grace 30 million autopsy yín ṣé ó ṣì ń bọ̀ lọ́nà ni torí ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ ń fi ara gbá Joseph Aloba nínú courtroom so a ní kábẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín ni o.
ẹ fẹ́ kọ́ pé yín débẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ dúró dalẹ́ àbárò la.
ó lágbára o critical dummies critical criminals.
Cherry Guinea. When was the case of Monday Ariyo was happening then, me and Just Adetong went to Ipokia where everything happened. And Just Adetong and one person, Timo Fedaru Konwo, one of them found the autopsy, but boy to Kuyen, Monday Ariyo, teacher no Pangbain. People found there, hello launch autopsy. They asked more price you touch your autopsy and it will be done. What they did, people say, ele touch a full Mohbad, 2 million naira, and you guys collected over $1 million naira. At a point, man, you want to say, ele to your con was she gone, oh more. E what to fellow Danny, Ipe Gongole Madawu Sintepeshi, she mugun le Pongwini. She mugun le Pongwini. And I said it before. Even tó bá ti sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ mú lápò wọ́n fi ṣe. Sherry, wọ́n play game kan mo sọ fún Mommy Angela. That's why I gave it to everybody that went to the inquest. Not to tell you about whatever to bá lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá máa gbé kan gbé. Before that inquest, I knew a lot of people that was calling me, Sami Jojo, don't go. Teba lo ma ba inja, koko gbodo se yin o, kiniko. Mr. Yomi, they played a card of fear into people, into justice seeker. They played a card of fear to them. Ipe wọ́n máa gbé, wọ́n máa ṣe, wọ́n máa mọ̀. Wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ara àwọn lọ wọ́n máa wà níbẹ̀ ìjọba tó wá fẹ́ kà. Irú ẹ̀yin, irú èmi tí ń bá ti sí níbẹ̀. Nǹkan tó wọ́n bá gbé jáde. They knew the game now. That's why I saluted people that went there with okay, don't make wa ko gbe wa. They sum up the courage they went.
Nǹkan jáde onírọ́ ni mò ń pa Sami Jojo owó ni kókó àtàrífà onírọ́ là ń pa pé nǹkan tó ń sọ nìkan ló right.
Mr. Yomi, ọjọ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ ka yín tó fẹ́ ka autopsy ní pili pé court yẹn scanty. What everybody was waiting for and the court was scanty. Gbogbo wọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni mo mọ̀ tí mo lè dá wọn mọ̀ tí mo mọ̀ pátápátá tí mo lè dá wọn mọ̀ pé ẹni báyìí. The court was scanty and just because people were scared wọn ò mọ̀ nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ dẹ̀ play card yẹn tó kọ́ máa fọlọ́pàá bọ́ wọn kan ní so that they will not come so ẹ máa wá gbé narrative yẹn wá so you can be talking about this wá sọ pé it is not over. The pathologist said it's still coming. Come and do what? Kilo tu fẹ́ wá sọ ṣùgbọ́n fẹ́ bèrè question lọ́wọ́ mi.
30 million autopsy.
Sam Jojo.
Is that what you
wọ́n threaten mi gan. Wọ́n threaten mi gan. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé.
Òun náà ni mò ń sọ fún yín. Òun là ń sọ yìí.
Wọ́n try wọn fẹ́ kéde wá sí. Wọ́n fẹ́ wá corona wọ́n try gan.
Wọ́n fẹ́ lé àwọn èèyàn kúrò irọ́ lẹ pa ẹ lé wa tì.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lé àwọn èèyàn pa ẹ jẹ́ ká lé
irọ́ lẹ pa bàbá lákú bàbá yín ò lè lé wa ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ pè wá sí justice for Mohbad ẹ lè lé wa Josie ìwọ kọ́ ló pè mí wá ò lè lé mi I came voluntarily to fight for justice for Mohbad you did not invite me and you cannot send me away Joseph Aloba ó kéré.
Kò tí ẹ ń ṣe ní state tabara wa dé over 4 decades of my life tí mo ti fàdíya tí mi ò pààyàn màmá wa bẹ̀rù ọlọ́pàá does that make any sense? They want sort they want play card yẹn fún everybody àgbà tó wá di pé can't you see they cannot even
there's in me ti pa Mohbad
ṣàwà ń bẹ̀ ni okay Sami Jojo wọn máa gbé
lọ́ba Joseph Aloba yìí tó fi kọrin ọ̀tẹ̀ fáwọn tá a dáwó fún ẹ tá a tún ayé ẹ ṣe ó máa kọrin ọ̀tẹ̀ fáwọn tó pa Mohbad kẹ ó máa kọrin ọ̀tẹ̀ àdàbí àbíwọ̀n àdàbí àbèrè placenta mà ló ń kọrin kiri ó máa kọrin fáwọn tó dá ẹ̀mí Mohbad légbodò Joe Frame olórin ìsọnù ó máa kọrin fáwọn tó pa Mohbad àjàbí yẹn orí ẹ̀ ló máa dàlé Joseph Aloba orí ẹ̀ ló máa dàlé wàláì wọ̀.
ìyá tó pariwo Yomi Fabiyi àti Samu Jojo kò pariwo ìgbà tó máa pariwo àwọn tó lóko ìbàdàn.
ọmọ àtìbà àwa tá a mú Joseph Aloba láti inú ẹrọ̀fọ̀ ló wà a mú atún ẹ ṣe awẹ̀ fún adáṣọ sí ẹ lọ́rùn ìgbà tá a tún ẹ ṣe tó wá kọrin ọ̀tẹ̀ fáwa àwọn tó pa ẹ́ lọ́mọ orí wọn ló kọ́ fún wọn àdàbí yẹn á dà ní
lórí. ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tó fọ́nì jù tí mo ní kà láti.
àwọn àgbàlagbà wọn ní oore pé àṣèré gbàgbé ni.
owó ni kókó ṣé o mọ̀ pé tó tiẹ̀ fọ́nì tó fọ́nì dé ni pé wọ́n wá ka autopsy. Mr. Yomi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe lọ́nà ẹ̀ níjọ court ibi tí kinní yẹn sún mi dé ibi tí gbogbo ẹ̀dá tí ara ń kan mí dé. Lọ́ọ̀yà Samulari ó ń tẹ fóònù ó tó yẹn ń tẹ fóònù báyìí mo pe lára àwọn security ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀wù ṣẹ́tìrì ó ń tẹ fóònù wọ́n gba fóònù lọ́ọ̀yà Samulari wọ́n lọ fún magistrate ni ó níbi tó ti ń yọ tẹ fóònù mo tọ́ka sí wọ́n gba fóònù lọ fún magistrate because I was just pissed off àní kí n máa yọjú wo báàgì oníbàgì ṣé mo fẹ́ jí nǹkan nu báàgì ẹ̀ ni because I was so confused like àbí ẹ̀yin máa gbé báyìí jáde ni àní white paper ló fi sínú báàgì kó kọ́ nínú báàgì yẹn nínú lẹ́yìn handout sí kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀.
handout ló mú wá handout Sami Jojo handout ló gbé wá wọ́n wá gbé dání wọ́n dẹ̀ ní wọn ò ní já wọ́n ní wọn ò ní já ohun tí tán bá dé kóòtù ó yà mí lẹ́nu pé ṣé ohun tó fẹ́ wá já fún wa nìyẹn God is watching.
ṣẹ́rí.
Bukky Jesse gbé wa débẹ̀ o 30 million naira autopsy à ń retí ẹ o.
ìjọ tí bossman wà bíbá ẹ last mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní pé kí ló fi òpó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ sọ́dà pọ́dọ̀ láti ló ti ń sọ nígbà yẹn pé àwọn máa gbé wá ní pé ọjọ́ yẹn gangan ló máa já ní pé òun fi pé wọn lè tamper pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Now wọ́n ṣe autopsy ẹ jọ Mr. Yomi ẹ bá mi béèrè nígbà tí n bá rán yín níṣẹ́ tí mo ní pé òkè Mr. Yomi ẹ bá mi lọ sí Kétu kẹ wá dé kẹ máa sọ pé owó ni kó kọ́kọ́ rán lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbà tó dé Òṣòdì ó bọ́lẹ̀ ó jẹ gálà ó mu kó 5 naira ìgbà tó lọ ó ṣe kíníkan kìnìkan kí ló kàn yín pẹ̀lú owó ni kókó ibi tí mo rán yín kẹ lọ kẹ sọ kẹ jábọ̀ ẹ̀ fún mi pathologist wọ́n dé kí ló kàn pẹ̀lú government autopsy why do you have to make a summary about it ìwọ̀n tó ń rán ẹ kó ṣe é kó bàbá ti sọ pé sọ díẹ̀ kó gbẹnu dákẹ́ iṣẹ́ tó ń rán ẹ ò jẹ́ ló jẹ́ kí ló kàn ẹ́ pẹ̀lú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì.
ìgbà tí mò ń kiri GoFundMe káàkiri platform Joseph Aloba ó mà ní kí n sọ díẹ̀ kí n gbẹnu dákẹ́ tí mò ń polówó GoFundMe fún ẹ kàn ṣàánú ẹ ó mà ní kí n sọ díẹ̀ kí n gbẹnu dákẹ́ wà láì wà pọ̀ Joseph Aloba wà á káwọ́ sẹ́yìn báyìí níwájú adájọ́ wà á rojọ́ ní tó fowó ṣe Ọlọ́run ìwọ ò tí mọ̀ kankan ó rò pé ó jẹ lọ GoFundMe access bank wàá ṣàkáùntì ẹ Joseph Aloba wàá ṣàkáùntì ẹ èmi crunch queen mò ń káàkiri platform to platform ó mà ní kí n sọ díẹ̀ kí n gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ ìwọ wàá káwọ́ sẹ́yìn iwájú adájọ́ wàá ṣàlàyé $20,600 nǹkan tó fi ṣe wàá ṣàlàyé.
We go nowhere. We are here. You give us our money. I'm a Ganusi ni. Kò síbi tá a lọ.
Access bank nǹkan tó fi ṣe wàá ṣàlàyé. Wọ́n ní ká má sọ̀rọ̀ sí Joseph Aloba. Ó bàjẹ́ gbogbo yín. Ta náà lè sọ̀rọ̀ sí.
Àwọn tí wọ́n lò wọlé.
Kí ni èjì ẹ̀ tó lè sọ sí Joseph Aloba? Kí ni èjì ẹ̀?
Crunch Queen, àwọn agent wọn ló ń sọ gbogbo yẹn. Ẹ rí i pé gbà tí bàbá yẹn tó bọ́ta tó ní tọ́níyà ẹ consult Yomi. Ó náà àwọn olè wá bá mi àfi iṣẹ́ mi lọ bá wọn ni ẹni kí mi ò fèsì. Mi ò ṣàgídí èmi ṣiṣẹ́ tèmi lọ because o pé there is no point in my buying or my figagbága. I've noticed that what is expected of a family that is looking for justice from an NGO wà tẹ́mi expect kọ́ mo bá yẹn nígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ rìn láti bí lọ sí Abuja bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ẹ lọ bọ́ Oríyọmí sórí Yomi Hamzat lórúkọ jèmi lọ ní àbí ó ní foundation tó better ju tèmi lọ àbó ti jà fún human rights ju èmi lọ kò yẹ yín gbogbo àwọn tá à ń sọ nígbà tá à ń fa ensars kò sí ìta at the end of the day when I got to hear that I have to come to meet him I know this is something fishy But kẹ́tọ́ lè sọ pé ẹ kàn sọ pé ẹ máa béèrè owó ẹ máa ṣe bákan mí ní kẹ́ máa béèrè o. It's the fundamental right of the public to demand for public accountability, which is sacrosanct and is germane. N tẹ́bi kọ́ fẹ́ sọ ni pé ẹ itemize what are the things that you have seen. Kí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mi, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ rò pé ẹni kan fowó ṣe tán fowó ṣe? Can go out there and have somebody to ask for the exact prices.
Ọmọ Fábíyì wà láì mo lẹ́nu bẹ̀ torí mo mọṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe lórí GoFundMe mo lẹ́nu bẹ̀ gidi. Joseph Ọlọ́ba wà á ṣàlàyé nǹkan tó fowó GoFundMe ṣe.
Ẹ láti itemize ẹ.
Ẹ bá mi solve mystery, Mr. Yomi. Ẹ bá mi solve mystery. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. I want you to solve this mystery. When they first read the first autopsy, Baba busted into tears. Ó bú sẹ́kún. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe eléyìí, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ ni mo jókòó sí.
Baba Kasara.
Baba at least tó bá tiẹ̀ fẹ́ act ẹni sùúrù. Nígbà tó ka eléyìí, ṣé kò yẹ kó bú sẹ́kún pé not again. Àbí ẹ jọ̀ọ́. First one tí government ṣe, ó bú sẹ́kún, everybody was saying the internet was Baba cried, Baba was crying.
Ẹni kì í solve mi sùn ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dá yín lóhùn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń bá yín dáhùn, ìbẹ́ ní solve ẹni.
Ẹ bá mi dáhùn ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Bí bá ṣe solve ẹ̀ sí ẹ mọ̀ pé mathematics ni 5 plus 5 10 ni 3 plus 7 10 ni 2 plus 8 10 ni so ìdí bá ti lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ bá preempt
2 plus 2 4 ni o.
Econometrician ni mí màá bá yín ṣe tẹ́ bá ti parí màá bá yín continue.
Ohun tẹ́mi kàn máa sọ fún yín ni pé iṣẹ́ ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi. My own opinion as at that time Baba was thinking that the government Baba was thinking that corona inquest he did not understand how did it emanate. Is it part of police investigation? Ṣé àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó ń ṣe ìwádìí ikú ọmọ ẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé jáde pé àwọn ò lè wádìí yẹn tán o corona inquest ló lè bá wọn ṣe o. Or Baba ò fẹ́ understand who actually initiated the corona inquest. Ṣé government fúnra wọn gan ló gbé dìde? Wọn ò fẹ́ mọ̀, wọn ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n sòótọ́ yẹn fún wọn. So at the end of the day, they've made him understand that thing is going to favor him. As at that time, so that gbogbo nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ get it, táwọn fẹ́ mi gẹ̀ yẹn, that girl that he wants to give, màá jẹ́ òmò pé màá fi ẹ̀ lákàlàkà. Tó bá tẹ́lẹ̀ bá padà sí agreement meeting táwọn kọ́ ṣe lálẹ́ ọkọ. Ṣé ẹ̀ get kọ́ mọ̀ sọ? So my own understanding, Baba reacted to that. With that, like what? Ṣojú màá tì mí ni. Ṣé ẹ̀ get mi? Ṣé ẹ̀ kò ṣe kó bàbá gangan initially kò yẹ kó bàbá ló bèrè DNA. Baba also followed the public noise to demand for DNA. Nígbà tó ń gbọ́rọ̀ wọn ni wọ́n gbé placenta fẹ́yàn kan wọn ṣe kinní kan. So the core of the matter is every step tí Baba ń take tó fi wá justice, he was doing it after he realized that the public are seeing what might be lurking in that particular case. Ṣé ẹ get me? So whatever the case may be, the second one, Baba ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá ti dé Baba ti wọ okay ẹ lọ wo picture àbágbà tí kéèsì kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ́ wo picture sí ó jìnnà síra wọn gan o kò sí yẹn Baba had come out to tell you he is now more comfortable so Baba ò lè máa ké mọ́ ẹni tó bá ti ní fíìmù kì í ké kò sí yẹn so ẹjọ́ ọ̀lẹ́ ti rí ògògó kókè àbí jíire kò sọ́kọ́ àfi nu fíìmù so Baba náà ti di star Baba ti di star bíi tiwa. Wọ́n ti ń kọrin orin tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní kò tí ju bóyá 3,000 lówó lórí audio mark àbí ọlọ́gbé sí bàbá láwọn ní kí wọ́n ma all over the world tó ti wá wo tó ti gbọ́ orin náà báyìí ó sú mi o àwọn fans bàbá ò tiẹ̀ ń download orin so that's just it Sami Jojo whatever the case may be they frustrated us wọ́n tiẹ̀ da èmi láàmú gan wọ́n dẹ̀ fi mí wọ́n tiẹ̀ tún rọ́bìṣì èmi wọ́n kọrin fún èmi yẹn ládùrú wàhálà àti ìyà tí mò ń jẹ. So ṣe kó bí abọ it's quite funny ní tó ń dùn mí jù ni pé àbúrò my step brother ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ máa gbọ́ tí gbogbo ń gbé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n lò wọ́n ní step brother mi kú ṣe gbá kan when my step brother died ṣé ń gbọ́rọ̀ mi I went to the police wọ́n bá yẹ pé yé àbúrò Yomi Fabiyi ni and the police and the government of Ogun State told me it's court related tí n bá ṣe anything àwọn court máa tó tí mi lẹ́yìn wọ́n máa pààyàn lọ and they began to do the job and they arrested all the culprits and they charged them to court. Ẹ wá imagine Normally, I want the kind of noise pé mo ń jà fábúrò mi, but justice is being served. Wọ́n tún farabalẹ̀ lórí yẹn, the same camp yẹn náà ni wọ́n tún lò láti máa fi gún mi ní èwo. Ẹ wá wo irú pain téèyàn máa go through while you are fighting for other person's child. Even when I fought for my own, wọ́n tún rubbish ẹ̀. How many people ló lè gbà? How many people ló lè máa like go through nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? So I've answered you, Sam Jojo. It's quite sad. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, it's quite sad.
Mr. Andy ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
Sam Jojo ẹ jẹ́ má bínú fún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan sà. Ṣé a lè gẹ́ẹ̀tì pé bí alálẹ́ tó bọ̀ta yẹn nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lọ gbé wá lóru yẹn ṣe hàn pé kíní ó lè tẹ̀lé wọn tèmi ṣe rò sí nǹkan tó yẹ kí n wọlé nìyẹn pé lóru tó bọ̀ta yẹn àbí nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lọ gbé wá torí Wùnmí sọ pé nọ́ọ̀sì kan súnmọ́ jù tẹ́ bá rántí bí a nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lọ gbé lóru yẹn.
Andy, oh yeah, sorrow. You've been here for long. Andy, I beg talk. You've been here for long, sir.
Àwọn ọ̀gá méjì wà ń bẹ̀. Mẹ́rin gan. Sam Jojo, Lady Ebo ní Crunchy Queen Yomi Fabiyi. Èmi ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ mò ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí lẹ rí sí pé wọ́n ka rìsọ́ọ̀tì nínú handout ṣó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí ní ìlú òyìnbó tẹ wà because àwòkọ́ṣe aláǹkó báyìí ó dà pé àwòkọ́ṣe ní Nàìjíríà ń wò ṣó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí àbí ok Mr. Yomi wà níbàyẹn Mr. Yomi ẹ máa ń ṣe fíìmù dáadáa bí ẹ̀rẹ̀ ti ṣe nínú fíìmù rí. So Mr. Yomi àti Mr. Andy ni mo fún ní question yẹn Mr. Andy ṣẹ́yìn ti rí lọ́dọ̀ yín Mr. Yomi ṣe ti kọ fíìmù kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé wọ́n wá ka autopsy wọ́n gbé handout wá kárí.
Èmi ò rí rí o bóyá new method ni ó wà ń sìn níyẹn ní Naija.
Mr. Yomi Fabiyi ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe ti kọ fíìmù kan rí tó wáyé pé inú fíìmù yẹn ẹ wá náà máa ṣe autopsy tí wọ́n wáyé pé ìgbà tó máa gbé dé inú brand inú paper inú handout ló ti wá kà because ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn Yorùbá fíìmù yẹn máa ń fọ́ nìgan kò sí nǹkan tí ó tán kì í ṣe ń gbà míì.
Àwa lè fẹ́ bèrè question àbẹ̀fẹ́ bú Yorùbá movie industry ẹ fi tí pathologist pátákópá wá ṣe ẹ fèsì ẹ̀mẹ́ ẹ̀mí ò ní kọ story lọ́bẹ̀ ẹ má bù wá ẹ lọ àwọn fíìmù ẹ lọ wá gbé sórísun kẹlọ́wọ́ oníkẹ́dé kẹlọ́wọ́ owó orí ẹlẹ́wọ̀n kẹlọ́wọ́ mẹ̀tọ́mì kẹwàá àwọn fíìmù táwa ń ṣe èmi ò ń ṣe ṣàkúṣàkú movie o dídẹ̀lẹ̀gbẹ́dẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọmọ o kò yé yín.
gẹ̀ẹ́tì as in
mo gẹ
bí àwọn gẹ̀ẹ́tì nǹkan tí mò ń sọ.
àní mo gẹ sẹ́ẹ̀ àní kò ń ṣọ̀dọ̀ wa bóyá fíìmù àwọn Haúsá àbáwọn fíìmù àwọn Indian film ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn fíìmù.
lẹ́yìn máa ń wo fíìmù Haúsá ni. kàdákàdá o kàdákàdá o.
kò ṣáà ṣe fíìmù tiwa. nǹkan ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo kọ́ àwọn máa ń ṣe nínú fíìmù wa ni pé tó bá fẹ́ dájọ́ wá ní èyí ní ìdájọ́ mi àmọ́ dìrẹ́kítọ̀ bá ní ó yá ẹ súnṣẹ̀ àmọ́ wá sún ẹsẹ̀ kò tí yẹn ìgbà tí òye bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí èmo ní wọ́n ń sún ẹsẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ dájọ́ kí ló dé táwọn dìrẹ́kítọ̀ wá ní ká wá sún ẹsẹ̀ nígbà tá à kọ́ṣẹ́ kò tí so àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ pa ṣe tá à ń ṣe gbà yẹn ní àdé ṣe yẹn wọ́n.
Because until they can prove to me, I think I was on the platform today and the person was asking, "In pé about autopsy, ṣé wọ́n show body yẹn, ṣé wọ́n display kankan?" And they were telling me wọ́n display. And ibi tí Nàìjíríà bá dé yìí, ibi tá a bá dé yìí, kò yẹ ká máa ṣọ̀wọ́n kankan tó yẹ pé at the end of the day, ó máa fún wa ní insult all over the world. Wọ́n máa wò pé not that one people that they are from third bóyá mususutu àbí mugujashu láti jáwátà kì í ṣe Nigerians because Nigerians are always in competition with America àṣà máa ń fẹ́ ṣe pókì àwa náà wà ń bẹ̀ ni but stuff like this is always a slap bí pé kọ́ mú ẹ̀rọ ọ̀fọ̀ kọ́ fi ra gbogbo èèyàn lójú ni a pathologist is coming and is coming with an handout wọ́n wá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ chapter 2 verse kìnnìkan your submission on the government kìnnìkan ó ní yes my lord and verse kìnnìkan you wrote yes my lord page 45 you wrote something about kìnnìkan ó ní yes my lord.
nǹkan tí mo
you not even bring your own result. What I was expecting, Mr. Yomi.
èèyàn ìyá Mohbad Sàámú Jòjò. èyí tí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo yín kọ̀ mọ̀ ni wípé the first thing Mohbad wants to be established kóhun tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe kí ìdájọ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jáde kó tó lọ mú whoever tó pa òun ẹni tó pa ẹ̀ máa má padà mọ́ ẹ kọ́ brace up ni ó lè má jẹ́ bí gbogbo yín fọkàn sí but every other person tó wà nílé yẹn all of them will be punished for whatever role they must have played but ẹ kọ́ brace up ó lè má jẹ́ ẹni tí gbogbo yín fọkàn sí ìyẹn ẹ̀kọ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì bẹ̀ ó ń láti kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn tó máa kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń rí sign díẹ̀díẹ̀ èyí tó yẹ kó adjust èyí tó fẹ́ parun kó parun ó ń gbá gbogbo wọn sí ojú kan and I must tell you in a real term àwọn èèyàn ìyá ti jà àwọn èèyàn gan o.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa engage live yìí o ayé yín ò ní dàrú ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
nǹkan ti bà àwọn èèyàn gan o ẹ má rò bí àrùn Mohbad sùn o Mohbad ó ti túlẹ̀ ti pẹ́ ìyá ti jẹ àwọn èèyàn gan nǹkan ti ṣe wọ́n gan o ìmí tí tiẹ̀ ti dàrú pátápátá ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn bọ́ta sọ ni o gbogbo àwọn pàǹtí ẹ̀wà àwọn ẹran orí rẹ̀ sì tó ń kàn wà lórí social media tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìdọ̀tí ìyá táwọn yẹn létà torí pé ìsà òkú ló ń bájà this guy is ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ funfun kò dẹ̀ sí àwọn tó bá mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń pè ní ìrìn àjò ilé ayé irú Mohbad yẹn kó tó wọnú ilẹ̀ gan tí wọ́n bá sín gbogbo àwọn tó sín tó ọ̀bàjẹ́ kó gbàjẹ́ lóòdó ìdààmú burúkú máa bá wọn nǹkan máa ṣe wọ́n error tó tún wà bẹ́ẹ̀ danger tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kó lọ sin without him getting the justice whoever has a hand in burying him without getting justice nǹkan máa bá wọn àfàwọn tó bá jẹ́ pé wọn ò mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ rárá gbogbo ẹni tó mọ̀ ń pa kú Mohbad tó bá lọ́wọ́ ni pé kó lọ sin ìṣekúṣe ó máa dìdàkudà kó tó di kó yanjú wọn so it's coming ó ṣe ń rúgbó bọ̀ ni.
I have a question. Since Andy does not want to talk, I don't know why he doesn't want to talk, Andy. I don't know why you don't want to talk. Me ti de coroner inquest rí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti lọ. Sami Jojo mo fẹ́ ti lọ. Mo ń dọ́là mo mọ̀ wípé ẹ ti lọ. Mo fẹ́ béèrè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ during the coroner inquest proceeding. Ṣé àwọn èèyàn ní chance àti sọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn ní question àbáwọn ní ìbéèrè àbí ṣé àyè wà láti jẹ́ kí anybody sọ̀rọ̀ during the inquest? Mo fẹ́ béèrè ni àwọn tó wá.
Wọ́n gbà kẹ́ anybody béèrè question. Wọ́n gbà.
Láàrin àwọn èrò tó jókòó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi béèrè question mo béèrè question lọ́wọ́ driver.
Now this is my question.
Mo béèrè
this is my question. Okay, over 500 people ló wà níbí báyìí. Bàbá Mohbad máa ń lọ sí inquest àmọ́ so ó pẹ̀lú àwọn èrò àbí. Mi sí ní inquest o but wọ́n ní jọ́ tí Darosha wá tí wọ́n examine Darosha sọ wípé bàbá Mohbad mọ̀ sí embalmment tóun ṣe pé òun ló fún àwọn láṣẹ láti embalm Mohbad wípé bàbá Mohbad náà ó dà pé ó sọ pé òun ló ra pósí gan bí Darosha ti sọ níjọ́ yẹn. So the question is nígbà tí Darosha ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn why did bàbá Mohbad not say irọ́ ló pa lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ irọ́ ló pa mọ́ mi.
You cannot interject in court o local screen.
Sọ wípé kan interject a ṣàparí ọ̀rọ̀ náà bàbá Mohbad á dẹ̀ náwó sókè olúwa mi irọ́ ló pa àbí kò interject.
Court screen ẹ má sọ yẹn ta o possible you can be charged for court contempt.
No but wọ́n sọ wípé yẹn lè sọ̀rọ̀ náà mo ń dára sọ pé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ question.
Oh man, anytime now, you don't interject people like that.
You are not getting my point. I'm not saying interjecting. A ṣàparí ọ̀rọ̀ at some point a parí ọ̀rọ̀ àbí. So bí mo ń jẹ́ láti bèrè question, ó yẹ kí bàbá Mohbad náà lè bèrè question kan tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn.
Oh, lè bèrè time yẹn sir. He is under cross examination. Court là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Cross screen.
You are not getting my point. You are not getting. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ Mr. Babi. Ẹ farabalẹ̀. Ẹ má interject me. Hear me out. I never said you should interject. I am more knowledgeable than that. I'm not saying that. Aunty Monjala just confirm wípé àwọn gan béèrè question nínú corona. bàbá Mohbad ìgbà tí wọ́n parí cross examination or whatever kí ló dé tí ò sọ wípé irọ́ ni ẹni báyìí pa fún mi ìgbà tí wọ́n cross examine ẹ̀. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying kò interject ẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí bàbá Mohbad sọ wípé èmi kọ́ ni mo ní kó ẹ̀ ń bá àwọn ọmọ mi èmi kọ́ ni mo rapọ́ sí.
Again, dying lóhùn bẹ̀yẹn. When witnesses are being brought before the courts, tí witnesses tó bá sọ pé fẹ́ bá question tó fẹ́ béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí lawyer lè bá béèrè tán the other person will ask. In the case of coroner inquest is because other lawyers of other parties don't ask question. Tó bá the time tó bá sọ pé okay anybody tó fẹ́ béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹni yẹn from the public ni ẹni yẹn ṣe lè show interest.
Is that not what I'm saying? Kí n gbọ́ èèyàn yé ni. Bí bàbá Mohbad ti di public, ikọ́ tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn náà. Kí ló dé tí ò béèrè ní time yẹn wípé okay, irọ́ ni lágbájá pamọ́ mi. That's what I'm saying. Ṣèbó ní chance àti sọ̀rọ̀ nínú corona. Kí ni mo jẹ́ kọ́ béèrè? Ṣé èèyàn lè ẹ farabalẹ̀ máa farabalẹ̀ Mr. Fabi? Gbogbo wa náà àmọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ. You know what you are saying, I know what I'm saying.
Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí mi kọ́ bá sọ tá bá ti wà ń tà báyìí. Ẹ máa lo èdè farabalẹ̀ fún àgbàlagbà. Àwọn tó máa change ẹ̀. Ẹni Mr. Yomi ẹ gbọ́ mi.
Okay, Mr. Yomi ẹ gbọ́ mi. Okay, Mr. Yomi ẹ gbọ́ mi. Okay, ẹ má bínú ẹ gbọ́ mi. Mr. Yomi ẹ gbọ́ mi. Ìkọ́ tí mò ń sọ, that was why I asked kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ question. Wípé ṣé àǹfààní wà láti béèrè question àbí láti sọ̀rọ̀ nínú corona inquest? That was the first thing tí mo béèrè. Pé ṣé àǹfààní wà kí public tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ during the court process? And Aunty Monjola sọ wípé àwọn gan béèrè question in the corona inquest. Ṣó yé yín? So ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ má oya ẹ gbọ́ mi ẹ má bínú ẹ gbọ́ mi. Ìkọ́ tí mo sọ ni wípé lẹ́yìn tí Mohbad sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lẹ́yìn tí Darosha sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ má bínú brother mi ẹ má bínú. Lẹ́yìn tí Darosha sọ̀rọ̀ wípé okay òun lòun ẹ̀ bam àti pé bàbá Mohbad ló fóun láṣẹ. Kí ló dé tí bàbá Mohbad ò sọ wípé irọ́ ló pamọ́ mi? That is my question. And he was there. When he had the chance to talk, when the public had the chance to talk, kí ló dé tí bàbá Mohbad ò sọ because everybody mọ̀ wípé àti ẹ̀bá mi yàn ẹni yẹn láti kú.
Sherry ẹ̀ka sẹ́kù ẹ̀lẹ́ gbogbo ilé ẹ̀
mo ti dáhùn mo ní wọ́n gbà kí n dáhùn question.
Sherry question tẹ̀ ń béèrè yìí mo ń ro nínú mi ní last inquest tá lọ yìí tí wọ́n gbé Sam Larry wá. Now Sam Larry bàbá Mohbad jókòó síbẹ̀ ó ń sọ pé òun ò fọwọ́ kan Mohbad rí. Èmi wá expect bàbá nígbà tí wọ́n sọ pé everybody béèrè question. Ṣé mọ̀ pé bàbá ló yẹ kó dìde kó sọ pé nígbà báyìí ó fọwọ́ kan nígbà báyìí ó fọwọ́ kan nígbà báyìí wọn ò béèrè anything. Wọ́n jókòó àwọn dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti nawọ́ sókè pé àwọn fẹ́ béèrè question tó máa dẹ̀ ní kó bọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n béèrè.
Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ gẹ́lẹ́ náà nìyẹn. Darosha sọ wípé bàbá Mohbad lọ fáwọn ní go ahead àti ẹ̀bá Mohbad. Bàbá Mohbad ò kántà ẹ̀. Kò sọ wípé olúwa mi when it was time for them to ask question pé lágbájá ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yẹn o irọ́ ló pamọ́ mi. Bàbá Mohbad sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Èmi ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kó bá dáyẹ̀ kó mò ń defend bàbá Mohbad.
Bàbá Mohbad sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ when he had the chance to clarify and say irọ́ ni lágbájá pamọ́ mi ìgbà tó ń give submission ẹ̀. Bàbá Mohbad sọ̀rọ̀ and he was in the court. Ni mo ṣe béèrè pé ṣé àwọn èèyàn ò ní àṣẹ àbí wọn ò ní àyè àti béèrè ní during the corona inquest. He kept quiet. Ìgbà tí lawyer Fagade tún sọ wípé bàbá Mohbad sọ wípé a máa lọ sí immediately ó tún ní bàbá Mohbad ò sọ kò sọ ABC lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. So why is he keeping quiet in the corona? If he's really innocent of all these allegations, because these are allegations against Baba Mohbad, kí ló dé tí ó sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n ṣílẹ̀kùnlẹ̀ fún wọn láti béèrè question àbí láti sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yẹ́ fi lélẹ̀ yìí o.
You have right to criticize all of these things, but let's look for a way forward now. Get your answer and let's talk about it.
Can I make a contribution? Good evening. Can I make a contribution?
Go ahead, sir. You are free, sir.
Crunchy Queen, I think. See, like Yomi said, a court process doesn't work that way. This is a cross-examination. Darosha, even if the magistrate is taking note, it is not everything the magistrate is accepting as fact. it will still come to a time where Baba Mohbad will still have to, the Baba Mohbad's lawyer will have to now make his own point clear. It is Baba Mohbad's lawyer that will now disprove all those things at the right time. Baba Mohbad cannot say, Irọ́ ló pamọ́ mi. That is disrupting court process. It doesn't work like that. It will come to a time where Baba Mohbad has a lawyer. So that he kept quiet does not mean he admitted. They are getting somewhere. They are building the process. So Baba Mohbad will decide sọ pé Olúwa mi irọ́ ló pamọ́ mi o. No. Kóòtù jàǹkárá nìyẹn. So that Baba Mohbad kept quiet, it is not that he's admitting it. It will come to a time when the lawyer will have to make his argument and then disprove what he has to disprove and then admit what he has to admit. But not at that stage. Not at that stage. Bíbẹ́ kọ́kọ́ tó máa di rowdy thing. Not at that stage. Thank you.
This question. Now, most of them are actually out of the country. Do you think at a point they will be re-invited into the country? Because àwọn tí wọ́n ní ẹjọ́ jẹ́ tí wọ́n ní nǹkan sọ wọ́n ti kúrò Nàìjíríà èyí tó ti lọ Qatar èyí tó ti lọ kíní ti lọ. At a point, do you think they will be re-invited or are they going to be extradited back into the country on this case? Kí lẹ feel kó lè ṣẹlẹ̀?
Is that for me?
The country as we speak. And
that is what
they're going to come back.
That is the truth. Tí gbogbo yín ò fẹ́ gbọ́ tí mo sọ fáwọn tó wà ní side bàbá yẹn. The coroner inquest cannot charge anybody to court. They will submit their findings to the Director of Public Prosecution. The Director of Public Prosecution will look at the facts and evidence before them from the report inquest. Ta ni wọ́n fura sí, ta ni wọ́n indict. Kí ni evidence tí inquest ní tí ó fi back up charge tó rò pé káwọn charge yàn báyìí fún kan báyìí. Tó bá ti wá wò àwọn máa wò pé ṣáwọn lè get anything. Is the evidence tangible? Is the witness tangible? Is the expert advice in the coroner inquest in bank on it? Tó bá rí pé kò sí táwọn lè fi prosecute me, they might not use it. Àfi tí kíní ẹ bá wà so overwhelming. Àlàyé ẹni mò ń ṣe just like bọ́lọ́pàá ṣe kó ọlọ́pàá ṣe investigation ọlọ́pàá mú yàn méje wọ́n mú Naira Marley wọ́n mú Samilari wọ́n mú Prime Boy ọlọ́pàá tó kó àwọn méje yẹn lọ wọ́n believe pé àwọn ní something against the 7 people. But at the end of the day, ìgbà tí DPP tó máa duplicate sọ̀rọ̀ DPP tó máa wo gbogbo evidence and the fact tó present sáwọn wọ́n ní pé èèyàn méjì làwọn lè prosecute mbẹ̀ táwọn tó ní case láti answer. The rest does not have a case to answer. If tó bá ti give decision yẹn ó máa ṣe kọ́kọ́ stay. Even if anybody bá fẹ́ lọ overrule ẹ̀ bó fẹ́ lọ appeal ẹ̀ which most likely ó nójú case tẹ́ máa padà lọ appeal against the DPP tẹ́ máa win. But you have right to appeal but the power ti prosecutor ní pọ̀ gan. So the same thing náà lọ máa ṣe tó bá di eléyìí òun ni mo ṣe sọ fún wọn pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ránṣọ mọ́ visual evidence tí ò ṣe deny and they thought you are looking for fame and they were condemning and blocking it. Wọn ò mọ̀ pé Mohbad làwọn fìyà jẹ wọn ò mọ̀ pé bàbá Mohbad làwọn fẹ́ disgrace because tó bá tiẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n indict anybody ní coroner inquest yẹn ṣé DPP tó ti wò ó sì pé ẹni kan indict let's take for instance wọ́n indict pé èèyàn kan pé okay òun ló kọ́ Mohbad lọ́rùn ṣé nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lọ́fẹ́ tó ti múlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ sọ pé òun ló kọ́ Mohbad lọ́rùn àbí spending. That means they will have to go back and say, why didn't you wait? The people will tell you, pé ọmọ padà bọ́ àwọn pé kí ló ní tẹ́ ẹ̀ dúró. Nísìnyí, coroner inquest sọ pé òun indict òun fura séèyàn báyìí. Kò dẹ̀ sínú àwọn tẹ charge lọ sí court ẹ̀ lọ́ní case láti answer. So even if they see it, they might overlook it because the public will look at them and the law, there's somebody called law report. They will still go back and accuse and look at the DPP and say, irú iṣẹ́ wo lẹ́ ń ṣe? How can you be a state prosecutor? And you did not wait for coroner inquest. Now coroner inquest now brought a suggestion. Owó aṣẹ́fẹ̀ padà lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí court ti fílẹ̀ kókó máa lọ ẹ̀fẹ̀ pé padà wá kó yá you committed a crime with which new evidence. So no new evidence tó máa fẹ́ gbé wá through coroner inquest except this video evidence tó wà nílẹ̀. Òun lọ ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe try to do everything against people like us to ensure that video evidence does not see the daylight. Àṣírí tó wà ní gbogbo ẹ̀ nìyẹn. And what I've just said is risky to say, but I have to say
Mr. Yomi, ẹ jẹ́ bí question kan. Mr. Yomi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bí question kan. Concerning the nurse, sir, my brother, concerning the nurse, do you think there is any evidence against the nurse?
The evidence against the nurse is a testimony. Let me explain to you in a court process. Your confessional statement alone is enough to send you to prison. The judge does not need to see any evidence. If you read that, you confirm pé òun lòun did it kìíní yẹn. I need not hear anything. Ṣé ọ̀kan bá bọ̀ tàn sí ìjọba sọ pé òun lòun pa Mohbad? Ó ti tó. The law permits that the judge can sentence based on confessional statement. So nurse fúnra ẹ̀ yẹn ó ti confess fúnra ẹ̀ pé òun kú Mohbad lábẹ́rẹ́. Pé abẹ́rẹ́ tóun dẹ̀ gún yẹn ló fi ní anaphylactic reaction. Until something bá jáde like the video tá à ń sọ yìí. Àbí tí Adura bá sọ pé hello, I stage you any nurse. You came in so time. This is what has happened. This is what has happened. You are a liar. Oh, treat him about the except that.
Mr. Fabi, I like the last point you just made, sir. Do you remember we pay Baba Mohbad? Ó ti sọ nínú paper. Ó ti confirm we pay Mohbad died on September 11.
Baba Mohbad is not a credible eyewitness. And except he has
evidence now.
It doesn't matter. It can still be refuted.
Anyway, we are going to hold him by what he said too. Since the nurse can be held by what she said. So we are going to hold Baba Mohbad by what he said too.
Hold on, Crush Queen. The nurse said that to a police officer. Baba Mohbad said it personally. Ó lọ sọ affidavit pé tó bá fẹ́ lò lọ́la òun ti yọra òun kúrò nínú gbogbo pátákópa yín yẹn.
Ìbọn náà ti ń sọ affidavit. Ìbọn náà ti institution náà ti ń sọ affidavit.
Ẹ jẹ́ ìṣàlàyé fún yín. The process of personal ẹ̀rọ your own personal affidavit is your own statement that is binding under the law. Tó ti ní sọ́wọ́ pé mo ti lọ ṣègbọ́n bá ìjọba yìí. Ìjọ tó bá fẹ́ lò yẹn tó bá fẹ́ lò against ẹ̀ bàbá yẹn ó ti ṣe lẹ̀ as a form of defence ni for personal self. But tí bàbá fẹ́ fòótọ́ tó bá fẹ́ ṣe gangan you should go to the police station and write additional statement. Ìjọba báyìí which tí gbogbo yóò sọ fún bàbá kókó lọ ṣe pé ẹ lọ kọ́ sí station.
I disagree with you, Mr. Fabi. I disagree with you. An affidavit is binding under the law.
Cross screen. He wrote it. He did an affidavit on a personal term and stood before a judge. So Mokubuya case for Kawa. Judge also no time about that. The only
Mr. Fabi, an affidavit is binding under the law.
I am not disputing that, but he went to swear to an affidavit. But tó bá fẹ́ lò fáwọn tó ń try kéèsì Mohbad àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó ń ṣe kéèsì yẹn lọ́wọ́ yẹn tó ti gba statement lẹ́nu bàbá Mohbad tẹ́lẹ̀ òun ló máa padà lọ bá pé I want to write additional statement I want to change my story I want to change my statement kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá ti lè gbé fún wọn báyìí that statement is binded in that case nínú court tó ti ń ṣe yẹn because prosecutor yẹn tó bá ti rí adájọ́ yẹn máa rí ó máa rí inú docket yẹn affidavit tí bàbá Mohbad sign yẹn kò ní sínú case file tó wà wájú adájọ́.
Okay.
So kò bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá Mohbad sign ó sọ affidavit kankan bí kankan if he is sure of what he is doing he should go to the same court ọlọ́pàá tó ń ṣe case yẹn tó bá ti fi sínú case file tó wà wájú adájọ́ yẹn ó máa wo bàbá yẹn pé bàbá is changing his statement wípé on the level ọmọ òun kú àwa sọ fún nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn pé how come you said you treated somebody on the 12th the father has now come here to write a statement before the police but on the level ọmọ òun kú but ìtí ó wà lọ bàbá affidavit yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó rí judge yẹn ò rí ọlọ́pàá ò rí he did it for his own personal litigation a case of future one so that's what he's doing.
Okay, if I may come in. Okay. If I may come in, like I said, an affidavit is tenable under the law, and it can still be presented in this case. Okay. Now, this is where I'm going. Sir. Now that Baba Mohbad has sworn an affidavit that his son was killed on September 11th, and the nurse got there on September 12th. My question is this, sir. Will the nurse will she still be held culpable in Mohbad's death when Mohbad ti kú èdè kó tó débẹ̀? Ìyẹn ni question tẹ́mi fẹ́ béèrè báyìí.
And that's what I'm saying, that Baba swearing to that affidavit, Tobati did, through the process of police or court, they will ask him to say, you have sworn to an affidavit.
ẹ máa mute yo ẹ máa mute ẹ kò látọ̀dọ̀ yín mà. Mr. Fabiye continue ẹ ṣe.
He who asserts must prove. Tí Baba sọ pé in the level lọmọ yẹn kú, nurse sọ pé 12 lòun treat Mohbad. Certainly Baba ò sí bẹ́gbà tọmọ kú. Baba ó náà ò fojú rí nurse. So Baba cannot even confirm whether the nurse was there on the 12th or on the 11th. The core of the matter is Baba must be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Mohbad died on the 11th. Tó bá ti convince ọlọ́pàá àbí judge, then they will nullify the nurse position of the 12th. Okay. Papa, in most cases, I can tell you for free under the law, apart from circumstantial evidence, there must be an additional witness to corroborate on the 11th, which is Adura, which he has confirmed. Okay. So, Baba can rely on Adura's statements. That's okay. But it did not fit upon the level because Judge Baba, you were not there when your son died. Now you sought to an affidavit. What do you have to convince me that your son died on the 11th and this nurse did not treat your son or met him alive on the 12th? Baba so, to prove it from Judge here, it will be admitted because they will have to go through whatever Baba brings. And if it is admitted during the trial, certainly the nurse will be nullified. And nurse, they will now look at nurse case. Are you aiding and abetting crime? Are you obstructing justice? So negligence of bail of nurse yìí, wọ́n máa kó àwọn ẹ̀sùn burúkú, wọ́n kó sọ nurse yẹn pé abẹ́jọ́ pa gan ni, àbí wọ́n gan ló tiẹ̀ inject ẹ̀ pa. Then they will now be looking at what are the other probable causes, what are the things tí nurse yẹn ṣe tó fi join conspiracy yẹn to look for a lighter sentence, a lighter stuff. So o ti yẹn gan bó sọ.
I love your explanation. I'm reading comment section, sir. Somebody is saying pé Adura ti confirm September 11. Ṣé òótọ́ ni?
Yes, so I heard. Okay.
Exactly. Now, we are not saying that coroner inquest is not important. It is important. There are organized and structure that has been put in place for cases such as this, and we cannot ridicule it. But then, people have to be extra smart. People have to take time to profile and process things as it should be. So one of the things that people looked at, and of course, what Yomi Fabiyi, one of the things that he profiled, the solutions that he profiled, is that this must be done using visual evidence, which we also spoke about. We've talked about this. We've said it times without number, that to get justice for Mohbad is important. And one of the ways in getting this justice for Mohbad is by making use of visual evidence. Visual evidence is the way to go. If anyone is to tell you that visual evidence is not important, then tell me how justice for Mohbad will be gotten. How is it going to be gotten? In what way? How are they going to apply? What are they going to apply to? Or what are they going to cross-check to whatever it is that these guys are saying? We've heard so many things coming out from the mouth of these people. What time did you get there? Who did you meet? When did they RIP? Who did you call? They've given us answers that are not at the coroner inquest. They've given answers that are not sensible. They've told us a lot of things that prompted a lot of people to kind of like think about it even more. Like, wait, you guys are not telling the truth here. You guys are not being straightforward here. You guys are criminals. You are criminals. You are not telling us the truth. You are not being straightforward. We've all seen the game that they played with their question and answer session at the coroner inquest. So the question that begs for an answer is this: how can the coroner inquest then give the answers that we all want? How are they for the past months that the coroner inquest has been held? What have they gotten? What is the thing that they've gotten? We all saw what the DPP advised. But if you're searching for justice, you want to go maybe a step further. And part of it is by really, kind of making sure that certain things are obtained. And part of what should be obtained is the CCTV. That's the truth of it. CCTV. Even if they say CCTV does not exist, and the one of the neighbor does not exist, and that one does not exist. If the one of Mohbad's house does not exist, what about the ones of the neighbor? And that's what Yomi Fabi was chasing back then. Yomi Fabi was chasing after that. But what happened at the end of the day? According to the report, according to what we observed, the family members of the deceased, they played some games. They played some games there. They played some unhealthy. They played terrible games there. They played big time game there. They started with Yomi Fabi, you are not seeking for justice. We know what you are here for. You are here for the money. You are there for that. You are this and that. They said a lot of things. And we are like, okay, if Yomi Fabi is for money, what about the public donation? What about money that the public has put out there? Are you guys going to account for it as it should be? Or we are going to sit down and be chasing clouds? Are we going to sit down and then continue with, you know what, there is another better doctor that we have gotten that is going to get the test done as it should be done. They have not cross-examined the doctor. The pathologist has not been cross-examined, so he's going to be cross-examined. And what is the cross-examined? They are just giving people stupid hope that the pathologist is going to do miracles. Pathologist already says they said it's inconclusive, and they've given you another one, unascertained. So from inconclusive, it has finally got to the full stop, unascertained. Then they are saying that the pathologist is going to now tell you the stories of how he got his degree and how the degree is now going to enable him to now answer your questions. What are the questions like? They're going to ask him questions like, okay, since you say it is unascertained, all right, so let's now begin with, so from your unascertained test, can you deduct or can you suggest or can you tell this court emphatically that there is foul play? They said it is unascertained. Like, I cannot tell you guys that there is anything that, and they said the reason why they cannot tell you is because of the condition of the body. Is it that they didn't know that there's going to be condition? Definitely, we all knew that the time that it took will not give answers. We all knew that the time that it took for them to do what they needed to do, we all knew that definitely there will be no answers. So why are we fooling ourselves? Why are we fooling ourselves thinking that the pathology was going to come up with something? And they said that Mohbad's father has been asked several times to present results. Now, with the inconsistency that people found in Mohbad's father, they now believe that he is in the know of several things that happened. I mean, he's just lying to the public. Like, you know what, guys? The pathologist said that unfortunately he cannot give us the detail of that. But you know, I want you guys to trust me. He can't give us the detail of anything. He said the court is the one that mandated him to get the test done, and not the public and not me. So I can't give you guys any update. All right, let's say in a proper setting. Obviously, you want the test to be read in the court because it is counterproductive if the test is read to the public. It's just that then the public wanted to know. They wanted to know where they stand. And the reason why some people had suggested that back then is because they wanted to know what's happening. They wanted Mohbad's father to know what's happening and then take the next step. But the thing is this, do you know if Mohbad's father is aware already? Like, he might not be educated, but he definitely want to ask questions like, please, I don't want to just go to the court for nothing. We are paying you for this service, even though it was difficult for them to get someone who, that's true anyway, from what we were told, that it's difficult for them to get someone who will touch Mohbad's case. Everyone is running. They don't want to offend one person. You know, the job, this job, to be a pathologist, it's not a job. It's not like a medical. You are not like a medical. You're not a general practitioner. It's a very, very, particularly in Nigeria, it's a job, in fact, all over the world, not Nigeria alone, all over the world. To be a pathologist, you have to be linked to the government most of the times. That's the truth. to be a pathologist, you have to be linked to the government because their job has to do with contract from the government most of the times. You have to be linked to the government to be a pathologist, to get job. You have to be loyal to the government. So you don't want to be against the government. So are they telling us that the government has a hand in all of this? Or it is a personal thing, like the pathologist that did the one of Mohbad at the beginning, the one representing the government, or the state pathologist, they're already giving their answers, and it's the same pathologist that taught this person, or is that same pathologist that worked with that person? So if you now go out and now show to the world that your job that you did is more like you got more answers. Normally in a saner climb, in a climb where things work, that should have been embraced. Like, okay, maybe there was, maybe I didn't see that part of it, but maybe you were able to go deeper in after all, I had suggested that there should be more tests, that more tests can be done. So maybe. But yeah, you don't want to go against that senior pathologist. Because if you do, and they see that you are the one that did this test, how then can you? So the same pathologist that they said we don't want anybody to know, they paid him a huge, handsome fee. Is it not the same pathologist that appeared at the inquest? When would they not know that he's the one? Oh, maybe then they will tell him don't do the job, so he won't be able to do it. But he did it secretly, and then he came out and said, okay, now I've done it, so I can't be cancelled. I don't know if you guys are connecting the dots together. The truth of the matter is this. We all need to be kind of forward-minded, and we all need to think clearly. We don't want nobody to come out, because from the look of things, they are trying to kind of package the whole thing. Everything has scattered. It has turned to yam, pepper, scatter. Everywhere is like, so how are they going to salvage this? They will do it slowly, softly. They know that people have wounds on them. So they will be taking it easy, slowly, trying to cajole. They have to put fault on someone. And from what I have seen, the fault presently is going on a man that has been cancelled before. I'm talking of the lawyer that they said resides in the UK. That's where they are putting the fault upon. Like, he's the one. No, people will not be stupid though. Like, we are looking for a scapegoat, somebody to hit a hammer on the head. What about the others that are part of it? What about the others? If they had pursued that part, like Yomi Fabi is saying, if they had pursued that part of CCTV, the neighbor's CCTV and all of that Yomi Fabi had profiled, solutions that he profiled back then, if they had pursued that part, I think we'll be in a better place. Let's be sincere. Because all of these corona inquest, are those people going to come there and tell the truth? Will they ever come there and say, yes, we are part of what happened to Mohbad. This is what we did. Okay, let's say Mohbad was advised and he refused. He rejected. He was aggressive. He was violent. He did whatever. RIP was knocking at his door and he did what he wants to do and he's where he is. Let's even say all of these things. Let's say that's what it is. The truth is this. For us to ascertain if what they have been telling us is true, at least let's corroborate it with few CCTV footages. Very important. Then, if Mohbad did what he did to himself, and I mean, like whatever it is, the decisions he made in life till the final moment, everything, we still want to know about that injury, because it appears that injury, he sustained it earlier before the show. That points to the aggressiveness of Cynthia, or the fight between both of them, the violence between both of them that has been established several times. Cynthia cannot say it's not true. What caused it, we don't know. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts? You've heard it. It's a fire for fire thing. Mohbad's father cannot escape. And I don't think it will be easy for him to ask for donations at this time.